I have been able to line up astrologically the timing of every relationship I've had in my life that I remember the dates for. So far, 100% accuracy for 5 out of 5 girls that I've tested with my chart. And with that being said, I can predict future relationships now also. And it's quite accurate. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to run paid ads to organize an event locally whenever the timing is right for me to find a girlfriend. So I'm like, okay, whenever that 1 or 2 week window comes, I'm going to be spending money on paid ads, trying to get the most out of it. Or I'm going to go out a lot during those 1 or 2 weeks. You know, go out every single day. Like if I'm going to cold approach girls at the mall, it's only going to be during that week or two. The rest of the time, I'll be focused on other things because I know that it's not productive the rest of the time. Some people can do it anytime. For me, there's short windows where I can meet girls astrologically. And this will change in the future, but my current period, that's how it works. There's like every 3 or 4 months, there's a period where I'll meet 1 or 2 girls. And there's triggers for it. And so it's like, if I'm going to go out and meet girls, it has to be during these times. If I don't do it at these times, I'm basically wasting my time. I'm going to go out to try to meet people and have no connection. Nothing's going to happen. So it's like, okay, just be recluse, meditate all day. But though that week, there's like a 1 to 2 week period every 8 to 12 weeks, or maybe 8 to 16 weeks where I can, to be honest, it's probably like every 16 weeks. It's like every 3 or 4 months, where I can meet girls. But there has to be other things active at the same time. So it doesn't work every single year. Some years it works, some years it doesn't. And so I've been able to line when it, like, it's amazing how accurate it is. Astrology is 100% undeniable. And it's quite amazing. It's like a video game. The fact that this is real is crazy. Like, it's almost like I'm dreaming. But it's real and it works. Like, with 100% accuracy, if you know what you're looking at. And, yeah. It's going to save me so much trouble. I'm not going to swipe on dating apps. Except for during that 1 or 2 week period. That's when I'll pay for the premium on the app, if I want to. You know what I mean? If I'm going to do dating apps, I need to make sure that I have new photos by this time. So every 4 months when the period comes where I can meet girls, every 3 to 5 months, that's when I need to have new dating app pictures ready before that time. It's just so amazing because I'm like, oh my god, this is going to help me so much. Knowing when things are active, when they're not, save me so much wasted time. You know, like, if I'm going to go out and try to get a girlfriend, when it's not active, I'm just wasting my time. You might call it self-development and practice, but what if I don't need to practice, and that if I didn't even try until the time comes, I would still have success regardless if I practiced or not. So maybe it's all wasted time and I could have just been doing something else that would have been more fruitful for what was active. And if I can line up relationships, you can line up anything in life, any event that happens in life. And so then you know what should you be working towards and what would you be wasting your time doing. But there is a dark side. You see all the bad things too. Astrology isn't just good things. If you're not ready to see things that you can never unsee, only learn astrology if you're tough, because you can see things in your chart or other people's charts that you might not like, that you know is going to cause trouble for their entire life, and or for a very long time at least. And you can never unsee these things. You can never unlearn these things. So if you want to live in la la land and believe what you want to believe, don't learn astrology. If you really want to know the truth of who you are and what life is and the people around you, astrology. That's for you. Some astrologers will purposefully not look at their kids' charts because they don't want to see the bad things. It's like astrology takes away innocence, actually. It seems to be that astrology takes away your innocence. And so by not looking at your child's astrology chart, then you can maybe have more of a organic life with them. Because when you look at astrology, everything looks predestined, but when you just live life, when you live life normally, it just seems real, you know. But when you look at with astrology, then it all seems like predestined. But at the same time, you can see ripe periods, and during those ripe periods, I believe you can get more out of it. It's kind of just like if it's raining, you can't collect rainwater in a day it's not raining. So is it destined to rain? Yeah, but what are you going to do on that rainy day? Are you going to collect the water? Are you going to stay inside? Or are you going to not like the rain? Are you going to want the rain, etc.? Is the rain going to help you? Is it going to hurt you? And if you know when it's going to rain, then you can like make sure you have the buckets ready, and then, you know, be more prepared, and, you know. So by not looking at your kids' charts, it can kind of like keep it innocent, because if you have your kids' chart and you see you're an expert astrologer and you see something like the kid could ruin your life, like actually in their chart, it could show like they'd actually ruin your life, or that they would there'd be big problems, or that they're gonna die young, or that something's gonna happen or whatever. Like, you have to accept being able to see these things. So it could be helpful to know it and prevent it, possibly, but there's also unchangeable karmas in the chart. There's changeable karmas and unchangeable. And they say that as an astrologer, looking at your family members' charts doesn't work, because the karma is going to happen no matter what, because it's destiny and you cannot get around it. But with helping strangers, somehow Capo Raj says astrology seems to work differently. Astrology seems to not work with your family or close to loved ones or your wife or and stuff like that. But with strangers, it seems to be able to work more effectively, because you'll just give wrong predictions for family members and stuff, because karma's destined no matter what, and you can't like plan it, and what's going to happen is going to happen. Like, that's what Capo Raj says. I haven't necessarily observed that yet, but that's what he says, and I believe it. And so there's really cool things with astrology, and then there's also things that can make you depressed. Sometimes you realize things about your chart that make you depressed. But at the same time, you're still becoming more equipped to face life, but some people can't handle certain things. I almost feel like there's a level of depth that maybe it shouldn't even be known, because it just takes away joy from life. But I'm not sure if it's possible to learn the good without also seeing the bad in astrology. At least when giving consultations, you can choose to only share the good, yeah. But with learning it, maybe you could only learn good things by memorizing techniques and stuff, but to truly understand the essence of it and how it really works, yeah. There might be some general light things that'd be good. Yes, like, okay, yes, you could learn some good stuff and understand it deeply without having to learn the bad stuff. But if you're studying, you're going to hear bad stuff sometimes. And so it's like, I can make videos that just only explain how to take advantage of positive things, and for the negative things, it's just going to hit you randomly, because it's like, let's say I'm not going to teach you when the bad things happen. That way you don't live in fear. And I only tell you when the good things are, and I tell you how to get the most out of it. You know, I could teach you how to do that without telling you the bad stuff. And I almost feel like astrology has to be very protected. We have to keep it safe, because it could be a problem if people start sharing techniques on the internet that normal people shouldn't learn. because there's certain things in the chart that shouldn't be taught to normal people because it can maybe ruin their lives by making them depressed because they're not ready for it, or it just destroys their reality. So, astrology, I'm reluctant to even teach astrology because of the dangers of all of it. Because it could so easily be misused, and it could hurt people. And I almost feel like I should just learn it and keep it to myself and not teach it, and not even try to get people to learn it. Because there's severe consequences, karmically. If I teach someone astrology and they misuse it, I could have karma for that. And so I'm reluctant to even teach. Like, I might not even I might keep the fact I do astrology low key. Yeah, I'll do it and give readings and stuff, but I don't know if I want to be advertising it. Right now I want to, but there might be a point where I just stop talking about astrology and delete the astrology content and just keep it low key. I don't know yet. Sometimes I learn things about astrology, it makes me depressed, and other things it makes me excited. That's what it takes to seek out the truth. Seeking the truth means the good and the bad. And so, yeah, you can't just only focus on the positive, because knowing means knowing everything, no matter what it is. A lot of spiritual people are overly positive, fake positive, and don't actually live in reality. Yeah, so with what I just discussed, now I understand why the cult is dangerous. Why they say don't learn astrology. Why they say these things are bad, Now I understand. Because when I learned these dark secrets, it's wow. It's the good and the bad, really. And it makes me take it way more seriously and to be way more cautious about it. Don't just talk about it willy-nilly. Just casually talk about astrology like if it's some just basic thing. So I have to be really careful. I almost feel like I should just keep the knowledge to myself and apply it with people I'm close to, because it could be dangerous sharing it on the internet, because the wrong people could learn it. And astrology should maybe more so find you, not you find astrology. That way it stays pure. But the thing is, to find astrology, someone still has to have talked about it. So maybe I could teach astrology, and I only teach the positive stuff, and I don't even touch the subjects of negative things. And I don't tell you where to learn it either, maybe. So that you can't even find the bad information. So just you can only get information from me. I safeguard you from the bad stuff. Because if you start studying astrology with other sources, a lot of people, they don't care. They're just going to share everything, whether it's good or bad. If someone has something in their chart that's a tragedy that's going to happen, it's better not to tell them directly that it's going to happen. It's better to tell them, if the chart says you're going to have kids that die young before you die, you don't want to tell them that. It's going to fuck their life up. What you tell them is, make sure you really spend a lot of time with your kids. You don't tell them that the kids are going to die before you die. You tell them, spend time with your kids. It's very important for you. And they're not going to think that you see their kids dying, but that person will have spent a lot more time with their kids, so that when they do die, they'll be thankful that they spent time with them, at least. And there's a lot of astrologers who are reckless and just say things. There's also a lot of horrible astrologers who just make random predictions out of their ass, and they say it as if it's true when they really have no idea and they haven't tested it. What I'm learning, I'm testing and proving in my chart. At least in my chart, I know what's happening. Other people's charts, not so much. But my chart, I'm really getting to know my chart a lot better. And so for an amateur just to tell you something about your chart like it's true, Like I've heard people say just nasty things. I'm like, you can't say that. You don't know that. You're gonna make these people scared. Like you're gonna make people feel bad about themselves, or you're gonna make people worry. It's like, oh, this girl's a cheater for sure. I'm like, you can't just go around telling people that because you don't know that. Like they're saying some basic vague stuff. I'm like, as if it's true. I'm like, you can't say that. Like what they're saying most of the time is not even true. But they're putting fear in people when a lot of times it's not even true. So there's a lot of bad astrologers, and oh, my camera looks weird. It just moved. How do I turn this off? Okay. Yeah, so that's where I'm at with astrology right now. I'm not sure if I'm going to have anything else to say. Let me just sit for a moment and see. I don't think so.